Welcome to the Mind Shift podcast. Join Rocio Perez, your mental performance strategist, as she navigates you through inspiring journeys with global experts, explore breakthrough insights, and awaken the potential within you wherever you are in life. Get ready to transform your personal growth. Here's Rocio to guide you.
Hello, everyone. We're right here with Emilio Antonio Guevara, who's talking about shifting your mind, aligning your values, and bringing your dreams to fruition. Welcome, Emilio.
Thank you. Grateful to be here with you, Rocio. Grateful to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure. Well, I'm really excited to hear what your take is about shifting your mind in order to align with your values and have the life that you love and desire. What's your take on that?
I think that when you talk about shifting your mind and to be able to pursue your goals and achieve your dreams so that you're able to live the life that you desire, I think there's certain things that we all have to do in order to accomplish that. I think that one, we have to know that there's some work that has to be done. Many times, people say they want something, but they're not willing to pay the price that it takes to get it. Too often people, I think that they have to really do some self-inventory and ask themselves, why do I want what I say that I want? Why do you want it? What do you want? What does it take to get what you want? Are you prepared to pay the price for what it is that you say that you want? Do you know who you are? And then once you ask yourself that question, is what you want, aligned with, who you say that you are, and so I think that there's a lot of questions that one must really sit down and really literally write them down and literally write the answers, to those questions so that one can really see, really take that inventory of self and then really see, do I really, really want this? Because want is different from desire. Want can sometimes be just, fleeting, but burning desire is even higher than desire, it's even a step above
Wake you up in
desire.
the middle of the night, keep you up late at night.
Right. Burning desire is, something where, you're just not going to be satisfied. And when you have a burning desire, you have to go through that examination. You have to go through that self-inventory of yourself in order to even get to that point, to really know what it is that you want and how bad do you really want it. Because, if you don't, you'll start many things, but you'll never finish none of them. And you find people jumping from one thing to the next, nothing. There's no synergy between anything that they're jumping to and from. They don't stick to one thing because they don't really have the burning desire to achieve that thing because they haven't done the work. You have to do the work. You have to, sort of like what Stephen Covey say, you have to begin with the end in mind, and you have to be able to visualize, that goal or whatever that vision is that you want to create, but you have to visualize it. But then there's the work between, here and there, in order to achieve it. It's almost like you say to yourself, I'm going to New York tomorrow, and you live in Florida, and you're going to take a drive to New York. Well, you can't just jump in the car and drive to New York. There's certain things that you must do first, right? You have to ask yourself, what time am I going to leave? How long is it going to take me to get from here to New York? Let me check the weather, make sure that let me see what are some of the challenges I may face on the road between Florida and New York at this particular time of the year, this particular day. What do I need to prepare for in case there's, bad traffic, or an accident happens, what is the goal? What time am I trying to get there? How do I pack in order to make sure that I'm going to be there for 5 days? You're not going to pack for one day, right? So, that journey, as simple as it is, I'm going to New York tomorrow. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of questions that you have to ask yourself, some research that you have to do in order for you to have a successful trip and to be able to arrive, successfully, right? And be pleased when you arrive, because stress comes from the lack of that planning. See, if you plan it and you plan for some of the challenges and some of the obstacles, then even when you come across them, you have already mentally prepared to deal with them. So it doesn't stress you out as much, so that you're able to move on to the next thing, because your focus is still on that goal, because you planned and you realized that those were possibilities, that some of those obstacles and some of those challenges were possibilities before you would arrive at your dream or at your goal. Right? Or before you would get on the road and arrive at your destination from Florida to New York, right? But if you plan nothing and you just jump in that car and you start to drive and you never check to see if the oil was right, you never check to see if everything was okay with the vehicle, and you never did anything, you just jump in the car and you just ride. Well, guess what? It's a very good possibility that you'll get stuck on a highway 1 or 2 hours into your journey, because you didn't think of none of those obstacles or challenges as being a possibility. And then you become all stressed out and bothered, right? And it's the same thing with anything that we say that we want in life. If you want something, do the work, is what I would say.
Wow.
Do the work, plan. Think through what you have to do. Think of what are the challenges. Think about what are the obstacles that you might be facing, and write it down, and then prepare. That will alleviate a lot of the stress. That will alleviate a lot of the anxiety, and it'll help you to be able to push through the obstacles and the challenges that you will face, even after you're sure about what it is that you desire, you desire and that you want.
Wow, wonderful. Powerful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your thoughts and insights. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on our segments.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucia. Appreciate that.
Thank you for joining us today on the Mindshift podcast. Rocio hopes you've been inspired and gained insights to fuel your journey of personal growth. Remember to subscribe and share this episode with friends who are also exploring their potential. Leave us a review to help spread the message. Rocio says, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep exploring your potential with us. Until next time, goodbye.